Hey guys, I'm Monica,
And I'm Karen.
and we did our final CSE 120 project on a rendition of Battleship. We titled it Battle Dinghy, and so you can see we have our code up and processing, so we're just going to go ahead and click play and get the game going. So we're first going to go into a introduction page where it pretty much just prompts you on the instructions for the game in case you've never played Battleship before. Battle Dinghy is a little bit different, so it'll just explain that to you. So we're going to go ahead and click enter to start. And so it's going to prompt player 1 to place in 12 boats, dinghies if you will, and we are going to do that. So I'm going to be player 1, I'm going to click around. You want to make sure player 2 is not watching because it's supposed to be kind of like a secret thing. It'll give away where you put the boats, so you want to make sure player 2 is not watching. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click around. You'll notice if I double click this, nothing happens, whatever. And then if I click enter, also nothing happens. You have to make sure that you put in 12 boats. If I click outside of it, it doesn't work. Alright, so once you have 12 boats, click enter. So now you're going to pass it over to player 2, so player 2 will do that. So they'll go ahead, put in 12 boats however they'd like. And so now we're going to get started with the game. So we have a message board at the bottom, and this is going to explain to you how many boats you have left. You have the game board up here, which is your opponent's, and then you have this message up here so you know whose turn it is. So player 1, I'm going to go ahead and click on player 2's boat or board here. So now player 2 is going to do the same thing. They'll click here. And now I'll be like, okay, the X means that it was a miss, so I know they didn't hit it. So maybe player 1's going to try to go down here and hit here. Player 2 is going to play again. Oh, they missed it. Let's click here. Oh, look, that was a boat. And I know that I am still good. There's the boat. And I know that I'm still good because I still have 12 dinghies left. So I'm going to go ahead, click somewhere random. You're going to click here, and then you're going to keep going. If a nice feature that we have is if you notice if you click on one of the spots that are already available, it does not work. It has to click on an empty space. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, and so you're just going to keep doing this till the game, so we'll fast forward and catch you up at the end. He's still in the safe, player 2 is, because they have 5 left. Player 2, let's click here. Uh-oh, player 1's only got 2. We'll click here. Let's click here. Player 2 still only has 2 left. Let's try here. Oh no, we only have 1. We're going to click here. You only have 3 left. Now both are in the danger zone. And if I click this spot, it's the magic one, and that's the end of the game. And so if you just click this button right here, reset will send you back to the back, and this was pretty much the gist of the game.
Great. Some complications of writing this project was all the conditions. There are a lot of if statements within if statements. These if statements are what helps prevent things like double clicks and having extra pages show up and keeping in mind what array you're in.
And making sure they matched up. So that way if the state and the guests were the same, then we wanted to show a boat. And if they were not the same, then that's when you want to show the X. So figuring out how to use conditionals to give that output, that visual output, was definitely very tricky at times. But yeah, overall, very difficult project, but we're very pleased with the outcome. So we hope you enjoy Battle Dinghy as much as we do.